Drums!
Parents and guests, please be seated.
Take seats!
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Riverside Military Academy. As we honor and execute today's ceremony to congratulate our 8th graders in a milestone event as they progressed to next year's Riverside Military Academy freshman class of 2023. Before we begin today's ceremony, we will hear a musical performance by our middle school band ensemble.
Good morning, everyone. Don't they look great? The band you see in front of you, many of them started playing their instruments in January. So that's not too far along ago, and they've come a long way. Many of them started this year, started in September. So we're very proud of them, and we're looking forward to a great couple of songs here. To conduct is the Assistant Director of Bands, Mr. Mike Rossi. thank you. That was called the Colossus March. We chose that because Colossus, this is a big day. Big day. Colossus means big. This is a tough crowd, sir. I'm sorry. All right, our next tune, you've heard it before, especially in this area here, and especially up there in the teacher area. And it's, we need some participation. You'll know when to say what you need to say. Here we go. Thank you, folks. We're going to do a quick set change. Don't go anywhere.
Battalion 2接撤。 Take seats.
Good morning, parents, family members, faculty, and cadets. My name is Dominic Doyle. It is indeed an honor to speak to all of you this morning. We are here today to celebrate those cadets graduating middle school and making that special transition from middle school to high school. This last week, I earned my position as an alumnus of Riverside Military Academy, who would like to give my thanks to my teachers, TAC officers, family, and fellow esteemed alumni members. In the beginning of the year, I was the Alpha Company first platoon leader, and second semester, I was promoted to the executive officer. I would like to take a moment of your time to recognize all of the parents who have taken their time out of their day to come and attend this ceremony. With that being said, I would like to commend these great young men on their hard work and dedication to not only improve themselves as cadets or students, but as citizens of society. These great young men have achieved so much in this past year, and today I would like to share some advice for these young men. As this exceptional year comes to an end, I believe it is crucial to not only move forward and onward, but to reflect on this past year. As I came into Alpha Company as a platoon leader, I acknowledged that I had to transition my focus area and my leadership approach. I also began to further recognize the importance of leading by example, understanding the fact that everything that I was doing, they were watching. Knowing that these young men were looking up to me on how to be a proper and successful member in today's society. I cannot begin to express how proud I am of these cadets for all of their hard work and outstanding academic achievements. I am honored and thankful today that I was given the responsibility to serve as the executive officer and the ability to work with these young cadets. It is very comforting to see the new generation of cadets take their place in the Corps, as it has made me reflect on my time here and what legacy I want to leave with. My hopes and aspirations for the future of this academy are to continue exceeding the expectations set forth by a century of successful cadets before us. I hope to return months and even years after I graduate to see those who struggled to be highly successful at aiding and assisting new cadets and carry on their new traditions. But most importantly, I hope to see these great young boys turn into honorable young men. If there is anything that you take from today, it is that every opportunity you have to become a better, successful student, athlete, son, and a better brother is very valuable. I urge you to leave a legacy behind that you will be proud of. Always remember that to achieve greatness is not to gain money and recognition. It is to leave those who you cross paths with a little more happier and filled with a little bit more hope. So they too can improve just as you have. Thank you very much.
Before we present the middle school cadets who will be elevated today, we want to recognize those cadets deemed to be deserving of special recognition for their achievements in all academic areas. These awards will be presented by the Dean of Academics, Colonel Robert Cagle, and President of Riverside Military Academy, Colonel Stash Przewski. Visual Arts, Cadet Henry Couch. For chorus, Cadet Brady Kriegel. Drum Corps 1, Cadet Jonas Shin. Introduction to Video Production, Cadet Andrew Preston. Seventh grade English, Cadet Max Truslow. Eighth grade English, Cadet Caleb Huang. Seventh grade Math, Cadet Alan Roberts. Seventh grade pre-algebra honors, Cadet George Maldonado. Eighth grade pre-algebra, Cadet Kenichi Owokemi. Eighth grade Algebra 1 honors, Cadet Henry McKinnon. Seventh grade World Studies, Cadet Max Truslow. Eighth grade American History, Cadet William McNatt. Military History, Cadet Andre Honko. Seventh grade Life Science, Cadet Max Truslow. and 8th grade physical science, Cadet Marcelo Garcia Garjon. Let's have another round of applause for our academic awardees. We will now acknowledge cadets for exceptional achievement, performance, and leadership within the Corps of Cadets during the 2018-2019 school year. The Commandant of Cadets recognizes cadets who exemplify good conduct throughout the school year, which contributes to the good order and discipline of the Corps of Cadets. A Cadet Good Conduct Achievement Certificate is given to cadets who have achieved 20 or more merits in service to the Academy while receiving 10 or less demerits during the 2018-2019 school year. Will the following cadets please stand to be recognized as recipients of the Good Conduct Achievement Certificate? These certificates have been given out to these cadets and presented to them by their TAC officer in front of their peers in formation. Please hold your applause to the end. Cadet Graham Allen, Cadet Michael Adams, Cadet Justin Bryant, Cadet Joshua Carroll, Cadet Jordan Collins, Cadet Henry Couch, Cadet Daniel Dieries, Cadet Evan Dewey, Cadet Sean Fitzgerald, Cadet Grant Garrett, Cadet Nikita Hassan, Cadet Michael Giampapa, Cadet Valen Gilchrist, Cadet Jaden Grant, Cadet Caleb Kwong, Cadet Wyatt Johnson, Cadet George Maldonado, Cadet Dennis McKellar, Cadet Henry McKinnon, Cadet Kevin Neal, Cadet Cannon Nicholson, Cadet Alan Roberts, Cadet Rodney Robinson, Cadet Brandon Bruce, Cadet Ryan Simmons, Cadet Timothy Taylor, Cadet Christian Vega. Please give these cadets a round of applause. Cadets, you may be seated. The following awards will be presented by the Commandant of Cadets, Lieutenant Colonel James Spivey, and the President, Colonel Stash Krzyzewski. The TAC Officer Commendation Ribbon is presented to cadets that have demonstrated consistent professionalism and reliability as a member of the Corps of Cadets, having earned the TAC Officer's recognition throughout the year. Will the following cadets come forward to be recognized and receive this award? Cadet Joseph Hudson. Cadet Andrew Preston. Cadet Yanhuing Du. and Cadet David Finley. The Most Improved Cadet Award is presented to a cadet who embodies the most dramatic transformation in embracing cadet values and life at Riverside Military Academy while demonstrating maturity and commendable conduct. It is awarded based on the TAC officer's year-to-date observations. Cadets receiving this award are Cadet Tyler Large, and Cadet Paul Kaiser. The Outstanding Character Award is presented to a cadet that earns, relative to his peers, a substantial number of merits, receives throughout consistent quality of action, few, if any, demerits, and has evidenced rank achievement and leadership performance throughout the year. Cadets receiving this award are Cadet Max Truslow, and Cadet Nicholas Zilinis. The Outstanding Leadership Award is presented to a cadet who exemplifies the exceptional attributes of character, ethical leadership, and academic excellence, a cadet who sets the example for others to follow. This award is presented to Cadet William McNabb. The Commandant's Superior Achievement Medal is given annually to one cadet in each grade who best demonstrates general military excellence and soldierly virtues that have distinguished him above his peers. Cadets receiving this award are Cadet Dylan Ragasana, and Cadet Keniche Anukeme. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause to our leadership award. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of Riverside Military Academy, Colonel Stash Krzyzewski.
Wait for the lights to turn green. Well, my first comment to the young men today, congratulations. Not everybody got to be up here. Some of you made choices that got you up onto the stage, and those choices will do you well as you continue to progress either here or to other schools that you decide to go to in the future. But it's pretty amazing how much you have achieved in such a short period of time. We're proud of you, and I've talked to many of you, and I'm going to talk to the parents here in just a minute, because they have some choices to make too. But I've talked to many of you, and I've heard you. And there's going to be a lot of things, I think, that should you decide to come back, you're going to find are significant improvements at the Academy, and things are going to make you want to stay here all 4 years, despite the fact you're going, wait a minute, I got to get through this summer, but we'll get you there. To the parents, first off, thank you, and you have a right to be proud. If you think about what's just happened from even the organization, the band, students who hadn't played an instrument before January are up before you suddenly performing well in front of others, calmly, proudly, and to a high level of performance. That's what can happen in the right type of environment. We have found, we've been meeting with the board of directors for this school, which are a group of business people, business leaders from across the country, and actually international business leaders as well who are on that board, who come together 4 times a year to discuss the Academy, the future of the Academy. They're responsible for making sure that this Academy continues its 112-year tradition well into the future. What you may not know that is in the last 14 months, 5 military boarding schools in this country have closed, and 3 more are likely going to close in the next year due to all kinds of issues. The good news is we're standing strong. I was out when one of the schools was closing, it closed about 2 weeks ago. They announced their closure in February. And at that time, of course, if you think about a military school that's closing, what should a president think if they're hearing that another school is closing? Opportunity. Opportunity. And so we went out there because there's 170 families that are looking for somewhere else to go, minus the ones who were graduating. And when we got out there, there were 11 other schools that were also present with the same idea. And so that president assigned a classroom to each of the schools, put up a sign outside the door, and all the parents came in for a very cold, snowy, 0-degree weekend. And Colonel Corbin and myself went out, traveled out there to meet with them. And lo and behold, although all those schools are there, only one school had a line waiting at the door, and that was Riverside Military Academy. I'm a preacher at heart, so but why it's important is because of the reputation that this academy holds, the resources it holds, and its history. And mind you, some of these schools that are closing have over 100-year histories as well, but they couldn't make it. Their sizes are 150, 200. We're at 550 strong, which is a size we're going to stay, if not get slightly smaller, as quality goes up. I came on board officially as the president on March 1st, but I spent 6 weeks prior to that listening to these young men, listening to the faculty, listening to the contractors, listening to the community, listening to parents about issues and challenges. Some of you say I'm paying tens of thousands of dollars a year for my student to attend here. I'd argue you're not paying anything. You're investing. You're investing in their lives and trying to make an attempt to make sure that they have an advantage. In the world that's so competitive as it is today, between nations, between corporations, between nonprofits, between governments, in a world that's so competitive, you're always trying to seek an advantage. The advantage that you have is, think for a moment, you heard one young man who just graduated give a talk. Did that look like somebody who just graduated from high school, or did that look like somebody you would expect who just graduated from college? That is a Riverside advantage. There were 2 men who came back who graduated last year, not just this year, but graduated last year, who came back. Now, many of you know that, especially if you're at commencement, as soon as I say dismissed, they throw up their hats, they hug each other, and they are gone, right? And saying they're not going to look back. Well, interestingly, a few things have happened. Two of them came back last Thursday and Friday to meet with cadets to say, I'm in college now, and I am doing so much better than my peers because of what Riverside provided that may not have always made sense while I'm here, but made sense while I'm there. That while others are choosing to take options of alcohol, drugs, partying, fraternities, and all the rest of these things, I chose to do what I know needs to get done first, which is allowing me to succeed in college, to be better off in my performance of my grades, in my leadership positions, on my sports teams, on the fields of competition, in the clubs that they're organizing, in my ability to lead a team. In college now, more and more, and in case you don't know, I just retired. I've been president of Georgia Gwinnett College down in Lawrenceville, 13,000 students. I just retired in January and came here to become the president. I could tell you about college students. I could tell you about college curriculum. I could tell you a lot about, and so that was trading 13,000 students, college students, for 500 boys. It's about an equal swap. One thing I can tell you about your young men here is they are creative. You fill in the rest. But they are required now to work in teams. More and more, I meet with the heads of, like, the CEO of Home Depot or Lockheed Martin or Coca-Cola or the hiring directors of these firms all out of Atlanta. We meet with them as college presidents and we ask them about every 2 years, as well as a national survey that occurs of all the Fortune 500 CEOs and hiring directors, what are you looking for in a college graduate? And I'll argue it is no different about what are you looking for in a high school graduate, right? Because it's a complete educational process. But what they're looking for has very little to do with the transcript. It has to deal with character, teamwork, leadership, the ability to simply show up on time in the right clothes with the right attitude. They said if you can train that, because if you learn what you learn in a textbook, it's theoretical and it's not applied, right? And so they'll tell you, look, if they've got a diploma, we know that they've met the basic academic requirements. And we're going to teach them what they need to know to operate in our business, in our government, in our nonprofit organization, whatever it happens to be. But what we can't teach them is how to be a team player. And we don't have a desire to spend the time or invest the funds to teach them how to be a leader, how to get along with others, how to show up on time. So if you can do that at the college level for your graduates, you're doing us a great service, and we're going to pick that one over another. I have personally interviewed well over 1,000 people as we grew from 0 people in terms of staff. In fact, we had over 1,200 full-time employees. And so we interviewed those people. And one of the very first questions I asked those people is, tell me a time where you were in charge of something. How many people were you in charge of, and how did you handle that leadership position? And then when you had a challenge, how did you overcome it? And when you ask people who are coming in for a job interview how many people you have supervised, you know what most of them say? 0. I have no supervisory responsibilities, or I had one. Somebody gave me an assistant or a secretary that I had to supervise. These young men, when they graduate from here, can say even 4 years from now, after they finish college, I was in charge of a squad of other men. I was in charge of a platoon. I was in charge of a company. Or as our battalion commander can say, from now forward, he's already been in charge of and responsible for the health, safety, and development of 500 plus individuals. And let me tell you the challenges he had doing that. He'll talk about those challenges. Who are you going to hire? Somebody who has no leadership, who's never had to demonstrate, who's never had to compete? Or are you going to take the one who has that advantage? They're getting those advantages right now. There was a battalion commander. He can now say later on in life, I was in charge, only for a day, I was in charge of a large group of people for an important event. and I made it happen. Here are the challenges I had, and here's how I overcame those challenges. We want your student to be well-rounded in every respect. We want them to understand the arts. The emphasis by CEOs now, they're more interested in what are known as the liberal arts, the general education program. Can they look at a problem? Can a student or a graduate look at a problem from a political point of view, a historical point of view, a mathematical point of view, a psychological point of view? Because if you can only look at a problem one way, if all you have is a hammer, then all you can fix is a nail, right? But if you have a hammer and a screwdriver and a saw and some oil or whatever else you need, you can solve a lot more problems in a lot more creative ways and a lot more efficiently. That's what we're trying to do here. To that end, the board, which met for Thursday and Friday of last week, is really decided to invest themselves back into the school and released to me on Friday several $1 million that we didn't have in the past for incentive programs and improvements in the facilities. It created a professional development fund to train and further the excellence of our faculty and staff. It gave us several $100,000 for the purpose of increasing security on the campus so we can provide better accountability. All for textbooks. We're ordering about $120,000 worth of new textbooks because, believe it or not everything you need to know is available online. There's also a lot of things you don't need to know that's available online. But they have decided to invest those types of funds, millions of dollars, in a local philanthropist, meaning donor, provided as a gift of $1 million. Just gave us a gift of $1 million because they believe in what we do. What makes them believe in what we do is these young men and the ones in the upper division in 9 through 12 are out in the community doing community service. They're representing the best of what we have to look forward to as our replacements. Because every one of you, please raise your hand if you're employed. Please raise your hand if you're employed somewhere. Okay? Guess what? Every one of you is going to be replaced at some point. Right? At some point, you're going to retire. Or something else is going to happen, but you're not going to be in that position the rest of your life. Or you're going to get promoted. Okay? Somebody's going to take your place. Who's it going to be? Well, there's going to be a lot of people competing for it. And I'd like to think that there's going to be people of character, people of integrity, people with self-discipline, people who know how to work well with others. And so a lot of the things that tomorrow, actually there's a couple parents in this room right now, who tomorrow are participating in a parent panel, where they're going to be meeting with 100% of all the people who work at Riverside, to include our contractors. And they're going to talk about some of the things that frustrate you about Riverside. And we're going to address those things and find ways so that you understand that your investment, you're getting a return. I promise you, you're getting a return on your investment. But how can I increase that return, right? If you're investing in some funds and you're getting a 5% return, I think most of you would like to get an 8 or 10% return. But that's going to take some effort and some investment on whoever your corporation you're investing in. I'm hoping you'll continue to invest in Riverside Military Academy by investing in your young man and saying, let's continue to develop them. If you've experienced some good changes in the year that they've been here, or the semester, or in some cases the weeks that they've been here, if you've experienced improvement, think of what we can do if you leave your investment in just a little bit longer. And they get more experience, and they get more leadership, and they get more teamwork, and they get more challenge. The fact that these young men are coming back afterwards to talk to the other young men when they don't have to say, stick to it, stay the course, it'll make a difference. Why do alumni, the thousands of alumni, come back for the alumni reunions and provide funds back to an institution that was their high school? They're not providing money to their college, they're providing monies and donations back to their high school. I have never given a dime to my high school, not a dime. But they're coming back and giving money back to their high school because they're telling the story of the difference that Riverside made in their life and in their leader development, and skill development, and academic development, intellectual development, physical development, spiritual development, emotional development. All that stuff's happening. In many cases, they don't know what's happening to them, but it's happening. And you see young men standing up in front of you, talking as if they're college graduates with that sense of poise. They're writing their speeches themselves. I'm telling you, for our college students who can't do what these two young men, and I haven't heard your speech yet, so don't let me down, Pete. Don't let me down. So I ask you to stay with us, stay the course. If you do stay the course, you'll all be receiving a letter from me in late July outlining many of the changes that are coming up for the coming year and your role in those changes. I'm going to be asking you to partner with us so we continue that development, not just while they're here, but when they come home with you on the weekend. Are you maintaining the standards at home, right? If we all get that sense of teamwork as adults in their development, you're going to produce people who are going to replace you, because somebody's going to replace you. And some of these young men are going to be fathers, hopefully at the appropriate time. They're going to be fathers. And what kind of fathers do you want them to be? And I hope you want them to be fathers who are going to be excellent parents, who know how to help develop their young men and young women into the kinds of leaders that we need for this country in this time in a global environment. And so I ask you to bear with us. I ask you to stay the course if you can. If you have questions or concerns, or you're on the fence, let me know, and I'll push you over on the right side. All right? Again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you all for your work. And yeah, there are also changes coming to the dining facilities, and changes coming to the sports fields, and a lot of things that are seemingly important to you. But the more important changes are the ones that are important to you, and they're coming. Okay? Thank you.
Middle school elevation certificates will now be presented to 8th grade cadets by the Dean of Academics. Cadet Michael Adams. Cadet John Akpele. Cadet Rayan Ali. Cadet Abdulmalek Al-Khaled. Cadet Justin Bryant. Cadet Marco Canales. Cadet Henry Couch. Cadet Daniel Darius. Cadet Evan Dewey. Cadet Yuanfeng Du. Cadet Trace Fagan. Cadet David Finley. Cadet Sean Fitzgerald. Cadet Francisco Flores. Cadet Duncan Fortson. Cadet Marcelo Garcia Cajon. Cadet Michael Gerard. Cadet Nikita Kassan. Cadet Jonathan George. Cadet Michael Giampapa. Cadet Jaden Grant. Cadet Alejandro Guerra. Cadet Caleb Huang. Cadet Joseph Hudson. Cadet Yamaj Ismail. Cadet Wyatt Johnson. Cadet Paul Kaiser. Cadet Bogdan Korunzi. Cadet Lev Corbin. Cadet Anthony Legaspi. Cadet Samuel Levin. Cadet Alexander Marchand. Cadet Ridley McDonald. Cadet Fletcher McDowell. Cadet Henry McKinnon. Cadet William McNatt. Cadet Christopher Medina. Cadet Zachary Miller. Cadet Alan Murphy. Cadet Kevin Neal. Cadet Kenichi Onwukemi. Cadet Arrington Page. Cadet Stone Phillips. Cadet Alexander Pombo. Cadet Andre Ponko. Cadet Andrew Preston. Cadet Nicholas Renner. Cadet Christopher Reyes Venancio. Cadet Rodney Robinson. Cadet Brian Simmons. Cadet Alexander Small. Cadet Dawson Smith. Cadet Cameron Sodek. Cadet Cody Sawanaku. Cadet Timothy Taylor. Cadet Landon Turner. Cadet Nicholas Salinas. Cadet Christian Vega. Cadet Jonathan Vega. Cadet Landon Wells. Cadet William Womble. Cadet Ashton Zetz. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our rising knight.
Take seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Alex P., Class of 2019, Riverside Corps Cadets, Battalion Commander.
Thank you, Colonel Swain. Thank you, Colonel Przewski, Colonel Cagle, Colonel Spivey, members of the faculty, family, and friends, and most importantly, the class of 2023. It is indeed my honor to be here this morning, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations, boys. Today marks an important day. The completion of a chapter of your life is behind you, and a new one is beginning. I don't need to come up here and say that I'm proud of you because you all know it. Everyone in this room is proud of you. Today I want to talk a little bit about the future. After today, you are no longer boys, you're young men. And with that title comes a mantle of leadership and responsibility, both at school and at home. Over the past few years, I've been able to observe all of you, whether it was in the barracks doing hall duties or marching punishment hours. However, none of that matters anymore. Because one thing all of you possess is potential. It doesn't matter if you were the top of your class or the top of Eagles Challenge. Now you all have a fresh start, a chance to adjust your flaws or even rebuild entirely. Not one of you is better than the other. As you enter high school, you must start strong, for you're the future of this academy. You will hear this a million times, but I'm going to say it again. Academics comes first. I can tell you from experience that 9th grade is not a joke. Myself, I messed up. I was not focused, I was not motivated, and it put me behind my peers to start off high school. However, I was not an RMA. I did not have the support, the structure, and the drive that Riverside provides for you. And listen, I understand you don't always love it. Your life is not easy. Waking up every morning, organizing, cleaning the barracks while half asleep, marching to mess 1 before anyone else in Gainesville is even awake. But what they share in common is that they're all part of a routine which you may not understand now. However, it is something that every single one of you have experienced and endured. Although every day has not been great, it has made you strong. It has made you unique. Every single one of you has begun building a foundation for success, and that is crucial, and you cannot stop. You are all strong, smart, driven young men, but now it is time to prove it. Make the decisions that will best prepare you for life. We all make mistakes. Listen, I've been yelled at by Chief Green, Sergeant Major, a million times, believe it or not. But it's how you rebuild from those mistakes that defines who you are as a person. You have all seen great leaders, and you have all seen poor leaders. Learn from both, and you create an image of yourself who you want to be. Look around. The guys sitting next to you are not just your classmates, they're your brothers. The bond you have formed and continue to form will last a lifetime. It was their support in the classroom, on the athletic field, and in the barracks that has formed your friendship. You're all on this journey together, so support one another. Don't let each other fall behind. You're all brothers in blue. Now look behind you, look to your left. Your parents, faculty, the men and women who have sacrificed sleep, money, and endless time to ensure a bright future for you. They have truly made the ultimate sacrifice for you. Lastly, I'd like to wish you all good luck, though I don't think most of you will need it. I have faith that every one of you will succeed both here at RMA and in life. However, it is up to you whether you use the tools you have been given to succeed. You must have work ethic, good study habits, and always be prepared for class, but none of that will matter unless you have integrity. You must always do the right thing, especially when no one's watching. You have to give it 110% in everything you do, but if you have integrity, anything is possible. Gentlemen, the world is yours for the taking, and you're on the right path to capture it. As a leader and a mentor and as a friend, I ask you one simple favor. Please do not waste your potential. Thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
We will now welcome to the stage Alpha Company TAC Officer, Chief Petty Officer Paul Green.
Good morning. Colonel Podjeski, Colonel Spivey, Colonel Cagle, faculty, staff, parents, and of course, cadets. I promise not to keep you long. I fully understand that you want to sign out and go on summer leave with your parents. Believe it or not, I can't wait to sign you out. The TAC officers and the cadets of Alpha Company would like to give our thanks to Alex P., Dominic Doyle, for their contribution that they have made to the school and Alpha Company. There is not a member of staff or faculty or cadet they have not touched by their presence here. Alex, before graduating, was a battalion commander. He was also the first sergeant in Alpha Company. He will be attending University of North Georgia. Dominic was the executive officer along with the platoon leader. He had also been the first sergeant. He will be joining the National Guard and basic training through summer and also going to University of North Georgia. Both young men joined Alpha and were fully engaged and dedicated to be servant leaders. They both decided to make a decision to get up in the morning, put 2 feet on the floor, and say to themselves, I will do the best and be the best I can today. And they continue to do this day after day. They also worked hard to help you cadets to be the best you can. Great role models and mentors. I would challenge anybody to find a young man of their age with more maturity, dedication, loyalty, honesty, trustworthiness, and just plain hard-working drive. Could Alex and Dominic please step forward? Alex and Dominic, it's been an honor and a privilege to have you play a small part in your life and development, and the cadets that you have touched and laid the path to follow would like to say thank you for the framed photograph for Alex, for his 2019 senior class, and a signed photograph of Alpha Company for Dominic. Cadets, have a great summer. Stay safe. Thank you, Perry.
You just heard of the accomplishments of those two cadets. I don't know if you know the statistics, but 92% of this graduating class is off to college, and they earned $7.2 million worth of scholarships this year alone.
Battalion 2进车。Take seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now watch a video tribute, RMA Middle School year in review, put together by Alpha Company.
Favorite leader is, or right now, is my dad. I think he actually works really hard and he can be chill with you. Yeah. But when it comes to the time to actually work and be a squad leader, I think he's actually good at that. And I think he should be like a higher ranked leader.
My name is Alan Murphy. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I've been attending Riverside for 2 years.
What was your favorite memory at Riverside?
Probably being Sergeant Mills' roommate in Alpha the first year on our rock cycle throughout all 7th grade. Though we had some hard times, still missed those days, kind of.
My name is Mike Giampapa, from Suwanee, Georgia. I've been here for 1 year. And
Who's your favorite leader and why?
my favorite leader is Captain Alejandre, because one, he makes me his son all the time, and two, he just like gives you like really good advice, and he like picks you up when you're down. So yeah.
What would you like to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I think I want to be a rally car racer. I think that's something really cool, and I think it's a good opportunity because I think that's very fun. So.
I know it's a JROTC school for the Army, but I want to be a Marine officer when I grow up. I hope to get Lieutenant Colonel or maybe even Colonel. After that, I'm going to take over my family business that my dad and my grandpa started because I just really think that's really like good. It's a good business. We learn all sorts of different things about bodies and like what to do and what not to do.
One more round of applause for class 2023. I do want to mention before I turn it over to Colonel Swaim that this video was produced by your platoon leader, Lieutenant Fern, who had never produced anything before, a video related in his life. So he came down to our studio and spent countless hours down there. So we can give him a round of applause for that video.
Battalion, attention!
The cadets will now be dismissed for the year. As a reminder, parents, upon dismissal, all cadets must report back to their companies and complete out processing and final sign out with their TAC officer.
Class of 2023.
Wait a minute, parents, we need to dismiss them right here. I don't want to see them to go. We'll release them right here. It's going to take them a few minutes depending on how much prep they did last night in the room to get it ready to depart. Your next formation is leadership camp. Class of 2023, you're dismissed!